Okay, we're about to get going here.
Did you get a tweet out?
I got a tweet out. We got some folks on our message board at Mattingly.
That's awesome.
.com/live. Just waiting for a theme song.
Here it comes.
Usually I do a song parody. I think today, for the mood, I'm going to do an internet meme. If that's all right with you.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Nothing works here. The medicine doesn't work. I've been here 7 years. I hate it here. Nothing works here. The medicine doesn't work. I've been here 7 years. I hate it here. Nothing works. The medicine doesn't work.
This is a GIF. This isn't a meme.
I hate it here. I've been here 7 years. Here's your hosts, Matt and Mattingly. I hate them. They've been here 7 years. Here's your hosts, Matt and Mattingly.
All right. Another fine improvised opening lyrics from Ready Rich in the booth.
Always gold.
Welcome to Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. Sitting across from me is Mr. Paul Mattingly.
And sitting across from me is Mr. Matt Donnelly.
And you know what we've done so far with our experimental podcasts is we have not told each other's Twitter accounts
No.
when we sign off, and we should do that.
We should do that right now.
And so I'm saying it out loud, so I might as well do it at the top. But you are at the famous Paul.
At the famous Paul, all one word.
Okay. Now, you not only are doing this podcast, but you do a podcast called Geek Shock.
That is correct. A podcast called Geek Shock. It's a little subset of the Ugly Couch Show, which was a video show that we do. We haven't updated the video show in a while, but you can check out the Ugly Couch Show to get all your links to Geek Shock and Ugly Couch Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you... So do you have people hit you up on Twitter after they listen to your podcasts?
No, we have a small message board on our website, and we usually address questions the week after. We only do one episode a week. And,
right.
Yeah, and it's not very Twitter interactive. We haven't been. Not for lack of trying.
Okay.
We just don't have a super hyper Twitterverse.
Yeah. I'm very
We
lucky.
should push it more.
On the Penn Sunday School one, I get a lot of people hit me up with
Right.
like different articles or pictures or fun jokes.
Lots of web savvy people.
A lot of web savvy folks hit me up, and I really love it. It really helps me out. Someone sent me an atheist bingo card.
What's that about?
It's if you hear enough dumb religious crap, you get bingo.
You get bingo.
Yeah.
What do you win?
Let me. I don't know. We didn't.
A
we
spot in heaven.
We didn't set the prize. We didn't set the prize. I'm looking for it right now. Oh, geez.
So it's got all these things like just dumb religious things that you would hear. And
Yeah. So, where do you get your morals? Is one.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that would be specifically questions kind of directed at an atheist.
Yeah. Since if you don't believe in God, then you get
Where
this
do you
kind
get your
of stuff.
morals? Yeah, right.
You'll grow out of your rebellious phase. Is another one. The free spot in the middle is Pascal's wager. I don't even get that one. I guess I haven't. What's Pascal's wager?
I'm not deep enough into it to know what that is. I should.
Ready Rich is on our cans. He's going to answer what Pascal's wager is.
Let's hear it. Okay, here we go. Sure, yeah. Okay, he's going to come in and give us the 411 on Pascal's wager.
Yeah.
Pascal's wager is the gamble that you should believe in God, because if you don't, you will lose eternal life.
It's the hedging your bet.
Yes.
Got it. Hedging your bet wager. We're in that territory.
The hedge your bet with eternal life thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well. What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah. Now you're not in any of that, right? Do you hedge your bet? Do you experience Pascal's wager?
I'm done, dude. I'm done.
Done with all of it.
I'm done because it's just simply gotten to that point where if you blame all the good, you got to blame all the bad. It makes no damn sense. It's ridiculous and grotesque. And that's the thing when it gets right down to it. It's like, did I tell you the story about my mom going to see The Passion of the Christ?
No.
So my mom went and saw The Passion of the Christ. No big surprise there. But, lots of religious folks
Any
did.
new listeners, Paul's mom was a nun.
My mom was a nun for 14 years.
Still strict Catholic.
Still very much into the Catholic thing. But progressive Catholic,
Okay.
Progressive Catholic, whatever that means.
I don't know what that means.
Just not, we don't say the Mass in Latin. We're not, and we're not beholden to a lot of the very structural stuff. I mean, there are many different types of Catholic dioceses all around. You find the church that jives with you.
Yeah.
In a long time, we went to the hippy dippy place, the campus place where we went, right? With all the college students. Anyway, so she's going to see the Passion of the Christ, and this is what she came away with. After she saw all that horrific brutality and just graphic, grotesque.
This is a totally gory movie, right?
Out of control. So rough. So rough.
So hot.
And she says, I truly cannot fathom a parent allowing that to happen to their child.
Whoa.
Right. And I was like, okay, come on. Here you go. Right? I'm like, you got it. You got this. Both feet. Let's go.
Yeah,
and she's so, there's nuggets. There's nuggets there.
Sure.
And, but I think it's also kind of a thing where if you've devoted so much of your life.
It's a lot of undoing.
There's a lot of that. It'd be a lot of undoing. It'd be a lot of saying, well, I was wrong, dead wrong for a ton of my life.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
What's that? That's a hard move. And then beyond that, it comes down to just social circles. Those are the people they hang out with week to week. It's their connected place. You know what I mean? They don't have a whole lot of other social outlets in a small town.
Right.
So I feel for them on that. But that gave me so much hope.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you see? It's crazy. It's crazy.
That undoing thing is weird.
That's hard, man.
It is hard. Like for those you don't know, my mom died when I was a little kid. I was like 5, and so I was definitely brought up Catholic, and so there's a lot of stuff involved with that, right? So I didn't really start to kind of let go of religion till my teens. Didn't really become atheist till my 20s.
Because now I'm just assuming here, but I would wager there was certainly a part of you that took some solace and comfort in the thought that she was looking out for you as a kid, right?
Totally.
Right? Who wouldn't gravitate to an idea like that?
And there are distinct experiences of that type of a deal.
Coincidences and moments where you felt like this is her talking through
very
something.
much so. Yes,
right.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. And I certainly let go of that, but it's hard to undo that memory.
Sure.
Very hard to undo that memory.
Yeah. This week's Cosmos was excellent. Did you catch that one?
Cosmos? No, I didn't catch it.
So the new Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson, it was quite good. And a big part of it was all about pattern recognition and how it's the double-edged sword for us as humans. We are so good at recognizing patterns, but that also becomes our undoing in a lot of ways, especially as early man looked to the heavens and looked for some kind of rationalization for why comets were flying around.
Right.
And what were they all portents of doom and what was going on and all this kind of thing. And so, it translated to the fabrication of religion. That's what it is, and it really comes down to, and he never straight up said it,
right.
But it was wonderful how he just said, all of this stuff was about our fear and regret. And that is the ultimate truth.
Definitely.
Fear and regret is what fuels that religious sentiment.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're able to look at it rationally like that, you go, yeah, it is. It's from fear or regret. And that's how, in some respects, some people who shouldn't be in power stay in power.
Because of fear and regret.
But fear and regret.
So that's straight up, that's beyond religion. That goes to dictators and
goes
shit
to everything.
like that.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Fear and regret.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where,
I am very scared of you. So whatever you want this podcast to do, I will.
Oh, okay. As long as you understand, we're fine. You have nothing to worry about as long as you don't cross any lines that I have made up.
Speaking of fear, I don't actually fear you. I definitely fear your wife.
You do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
She's an in-charge lady, right?
She's a businesswoman.
She's a business lady.
She handles the business.
There's something I noticed this week hanging out with you socially, last couple of weeks. You're bringing up an experience with your wife, and you're showing no judgment or remorse. What was the last movie you saw with your wife?
We watched Frozen together.
No, I actually wasn't even talking about that one.
What do you mean?
Went to the movie theater.
Oh, I went to see Veronica Mars.
Yeah. You brought that up 3 times around me socially with no sense of
provocation.
regret.
No, it was fine. It's a good movie.
What?
It's okay, man.
For you?
It's not bad. I'm not a huge Veronica Mars fan, but it's not a bad flick.
Isn't it about a teen chick solving mysteries?
Not anymore. She's not a teen anymore. This is her homecoming. All right.
So you have grown up with this character.
She
came up with it.
Yeah. She's you know what's great the great thing is, and my wife summed it up, it's a very strong feminist show. The guy who created it, his name is Rob Thomas, not the guy from Matchbox 20. But the guy who created the show, Rob Thomas, he was a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, and he wanted to do something in that vein. He thought, this is great. Good, strong female protagonist. Buffy leads through strength and audacity and not having some man come and save her, right? Mm-hmm. And so he did the same kind of thing with Veronica Mars, and he decided that her special power would just be she's very smart and very deductive.
Okay.
So that's like her superpower. She's not supernaturally gifted. She's just very smart.
So it's like Batman.
Yeah, kind of. She's and like Batman, she saves her own skin. She doesn't rely on someone to come and save her. She just figures out a way to take care of herself. And so it's that self-reliance and that...
I cannot believe there's not an inch of self-consciousness as you explained Veronica Mars to me.
Well, why should there be? It's a good show. And I'll tell you, here's the other thing. It's a Hollywood coup.
Go on.
Okay. They've really set the bar. Now, last week we talked about it a little bit, and we talked about it at movie night, and I wasn't really as informed as I should have been, because my opinion was like, well, it had a $5 million...
like if you're going to go out talking about Veronica Mars,
okay,
you are the only one.
Well, I would say
you better get informed.
It had a $5 million budget, a lot of which they raised on Kickstarter.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
$5 million budget, and it made $2 million in its opening weekend. Yeah. But what I neglected to tell you was that was an opening that was only on approximately 200 screens nationwide.
Okay.
2 million on 200 screens is incredible numbers.
Yeah.
And so, like almost every theater that had it playing, that was their top grossing film. And so it's already opening these next weeks into wider release. So it is a very successful kind of grassroots campaign from a very vocal fan base and a passionate creative team to bring something of merit to the stage and to the screen. And I'll say Kristen Ritter is in it, and she's great too.
Oh, she was
Don't Trust the Bee.
Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23. She was in Breaking Bad.
Yep. She's excellent in it. She has a really great part.
I think she's very attractive. Is she attractive in this movie?
Very much so.
Yeah.
She's never not attractive. She's a hot lady.
Kristen Bell is also very attractive.
Kristen Bell's very attractive in it too.
And both are actually excellent actors as well.
That's just it. You'd like it. You'd see the movie, you'd be like, okay, it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good.
I don't think
okay,
so.
You might not. It didn't. It was good. I enjoyed it, and it just pleased the hell out of my wife. So happy days are here again. It was nice date night.
What's on your DVR at home?
Oh, well, we don't have a DVR, but we have the Hulus and the Netflix.
Oh, you have the Hulus and the Netflix. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So you're like an LA actor, but living in Las Vegas.
Right.
All of my LA actor
Nobody has
friends,
cable anymore.
No one has cable.
No one has cable, dude. No, there's no reason to have it.
No.
If you can be patient.
There is one. Here's the thing, and this is the jock versus nerd thing, which we don't going to get into right now. We're getting into the end. And at the end of every show, we do jock versus nerd.
Right.
If you like sports,
sure.
That Hulu,
it's not there yet.
Roku box,
not there yet.
Doesn't work.
Although, if you had like Apple TV or something, I'm sure you could still get like MLB contract and a couple other things like that.
You still got to pay for those,
right?
And those add up.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you want all the sports that you don't get on cable, if you bought all the channels, now you would get superior access. Cable gives you some access. If I paid for NBA and MLB,
no blackout
and
games,
NFL,
right?
No
you
blackout
get everything
games,
you want to see.
A shitload of games.
You can watch they have like classic stuff on there and stuff too. Like you can just stream all kinds of great rivalries and all kinds of things.
Cable does a good job of giving me enough
keeping
access
you up to
the
date.
Good stuff.
Right,
yeah.
And there's only so much sport you can watch. If you're watching 3 or 4 contemporary seasons right now, you're not going to have time to go back and relive glory days.
And I use sports kind of like what this podcast is for whoever's listening. Like, you kind of put it on for...
background noise.
Yeah, I definitely just put it on the old Sports Center, let it run 1,000 fucking episodes in a row.
This is what I do with my marathon sessions of G.I. Joe cartoons.
Yeah.
I just turn on G.I. Joe.
I'm with you on that.
Or He-Man or whatever and just have it in the background.
I could watch them old G.I. Joe cartoons.
Yeah. Drives my wife nuts. She hates it there. She hates noise in the background.
Oh, like any.
Yeah. And I'm crazy for it.
I totally need it.
I sleep with it.
Yeah.
I love falling asleep with the TV.
I'm one of 6 children.
Oh, sure. So it's all about the noise. I'm only one of 2, but still.
A silent house makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh, right. Anxious. Ugh. Yeah.
So, like, when you're going to see Veronica Mars,
Yes.
what do you want to see when you go into that?
Something that won't just make me want to sleep.
Like, what makes you say, like, honey, we got to go see a movie?
What makes me say, honey, we got to go see a movie?
Yeah. Or do you separate? Like, when Star Trek comes out, is that something that you have to bring the wife to? Or is that something you're going to go to regardless?
I'll tell you what, it's really tough for me to sell. Because the last movie that I really was like, babe, come with me to this nerd event.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. And she was like, okay. The last big one was the last Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And that is arguably one of the worst films ever made by humankind. Shit. Now, everyone was betrayed on that one, but I felt even worse because here it was. I dragged my wife out to a midnight showing. She's always going to work early. This is way past her bedtime, and she's watching just abject schlock. I'm having my childhood destroyed before my eyes, and she's just falling asleep because it's just the worst thing. And
you both end up in the fetal position.
Right, we both hated it. We both were like, what did we do this for? So we rarely go to movies, but it's hard.
Has Harrison Ford, like, was he always dumb as shit?
Dude, is he dumb as shit to take a couple $1 million and run?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Have you seen his personal appearances lately?
Yeah.
Where he shows up with a dopey earring.
Well, I think you hit the word on the head right there.
Oh, dopey.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
rumor is he is just 24/7.
Was he always a weed
riding
hoover?
the cannabis? I don't think he was. No, I think it's gotten at this point. He's just like
his house is just.
I mean, how much money must the man have? All the money,
right?
And who's going to mess with Harrison Ford?
And there's trace elements of cannabis,
Solo, right?
There's trace elements of cannabis in money, so he probably just smokes money.
That's it. Yeah, he just sits there. If he can't get a fix, he just yeah. He's allegedly just doing whatever. And
I don't know for a fact that he smokes a ton of weed.
Who does?
Sure as shit seems like it.
It sure does.
If I were a betting man, if I could get what's his name to do a different kind of wager. If I could get Pascal to
what's
do
the
it.
over under on the Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford being a fucking marijuana vacuum. I would say like the odds are like what's like even money is like really easy, right? It's like 1-to-1.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds.
And it's like 2-to-1. Then it increases. Then it's like you're saying there's less odds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just doing the math in my head backwards. It's like 1 to a billion.
Right.
That he is a weed hoover.
Yep. Never tell me the odds.
But was he always?
Zing! That was a nerd quote. All
right. What? Like late, and then so Crystal Skull was on. Oh, I was flipping through the channels the other day because I still have cable.
Right. Sorry.
And wow, is it seem like he's that like high in the movie? He is not charming Indiana.
He did not show up very much. He did not show up very much for that film.
He's not masculine. He's not charming. He's not. Doesn't seem quick-witted.
It's not that good. Well, I mean, it's very poorly written.
Tucked into a fridge.
And this is
spoiler alert.
This is high on my brain right now because I just watched Red Letter Media's scathing Plinkett review of that just again last night to refresh my mind. You familiar with Red Letter Media? Brilliant little.
Are you doing like an actor vocal warm up? Red Letter Media.
No. Red Letter Media is this great little website, and this guy there.
Red Letter Media.
He does some hilarious videos.
Okay.
Hilarious videos, really funny stuff, and he does a set of them under this character name Harry S. Plinkett. So Harry Plinkett is this curmudgeon who sits at home, and he's got this wonderful take on the Star Wars prequels.
Okay.
That he just rips them to shreds, shows every terrible thing about them. But it's incredibly articulate, smartly done, but it's all done with this crazy character. And the idea is it lives in this basement, and it just eats pizza rolls, and it's really fat. And it would, write it, why was this so bad? What's the matter with Indiana? Why they got to show him so old? I get that he's aged, but why do you make him look like he's weak? There's nothing cool in the reveal of him being, and like it's really great. I mean, I'm not doing it justice. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant stuff. So check that out. He just put that one up on YouTube. You can watch his Harry Plinkett's review of the Crystal Skull. It's wonderful stuff.
Oh man.
If you've got a critical eye for nerd film, it's really fun to watch and very, very darkly funny.
Were you excited about
Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what we're pretty close to is what I like to call an Italian air show.
Here we go. Yep.
The Italian air show is
You're going because you want to see the crash.
No,
what is this?
Because you have high expectations, and then it ends in a fiery crash.
Okay, yeah, well, there you go.
When I first moved into like my first like post-college house with like 3 other guys, and we got like a huge house that we just wanted to throw parties in. We didn't have cable yet, and we had a big giant TV, and it was just before flat screens were what they are now.
Trinitron?
So we had a giant screen that was about the size of a house itself. Like the television weighed more than a car.
Oh,
it
yeah.
took 4 of us to get up and downstairs.
I have a 36-inch tube still that's like
God.
300 pounds. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that
nuts.
thing, but
no,
those CRTs are a monster.
get rid of it. But
Never.
So, oh, sweet. The Cameron just arrived here, and he doesn't have ice cream, but he has baked goods. But it's still the ice cream social. We just open other
Baked goods
things.
work.
We're fine with
It's
that.
like it's cakewalk time.
Yeah, whatever. Look at us. We'll take it. We'll eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, but so all we had was like a bunch of like old collection of VHS tapes this one guy had, and on it was when Fox Television first started, they couldn't afford any.
Yeah.
So they used to run like sensational programming that was like
When animals attack.
When Animals Attack, and this was Incredible Air Disasters.
I remember that.
Yes, so we would watch
Incredible Air
repeatedly
Disasters over and over.
Incredible Air Disasters, and
Was it narrated by the same guy who did the crazy police videos?
Yeah.
Look
Same
out,
guy.
this wild car is
Totally.
going to make us a left. But what this fugitive doesn't realize is the 5-0 are waiting.
Totally.
Yeah,
that guy probably was the only one who made money at Fox in that first couple of years.
He cleaned up. He
cleaned
narrated
up.
everything.
He did.
These newborn babies are a handful of love. Get ready for snuggles as they come waddling from their crib. It's like America's cutest children will be back on Fox.
Right. So this Italian air show was this Italian plane team. And what happens is that they would do the signature trick with 3 planes where with the jet trails,
They do a cross.
they would do a cross and go up in the sky, make a loop, and then they would do make the shape of a heart.
Right.
And then the 3rd plane would come racing through the middle of that heart
To put an arrow through the heart.
to put an arrow through the heart.
And what happened?
All 3 of them collided in the sky.
Oh, my God. And then it crashes onto
The ground close to the bleachers where it just spits
fiery fuel.
jet fuel onto the bleachers and
bleachers.
kills people with
Just
jet
with-
fuel fire
Wow.
in the bleachers.
Unaware of the tragedy about to unfold, the spectators view in horror as their next door neighbors are scorched to death.
So anytime we were super excited for anything, most of the time it's
we're
referred
like,
to dates.
let's
Like
hope
we
it doesn't-
finally asked out this hot chick. She finally said yes. I can't wait to take her out. I'm going to take her here. I'm going to take her there. And all of a sudden you get there and you realize this woman is a fucking idiot.
It's the Italian air show.
Like she is so annoying and dumb and has enough fucking shit. So an example, I remember finally asking out, I won't say her name, because there's
Why would you do that?
the odds that she is listening are the same odds that Harrison Ford is not a stoner,
Never tell me the odds.
but a hopeless stoner. But I finally asked out this girl, and like she used to come to the shows, and I really liked her. She was so fucking beautiful. And then like I take her out. And like I just kind of like shoot the shit and just really talk to her, and she knew me from doing improv shows in my college, and so she literally like in the middle of dinner, which was at like a Chili's, because that was like that was an
Right,
upgrade.
you're
for
classing it
college.
up. Sure, yeah. We're taking it to the fancy stuff.
I want my baby back, but so
This baby's never coming back. Shirtless and fleet-footed, it's run out of its crib and not looking around.
when babies escape,
When
we'll be
babies
back.
escape, will return on Fox.
So I said, see, in the middle of this date, she says, "You're more serious than I thought you'd be."
Wow, that's ooh, what do you? Ooh, yay, yay, yay.
And I was just like, "Oh, I guess she expected me to just tell knock
Be
knock
Fozzie
jokes the
Bear
whole
all day
time.
long.
But I'm in college, so I don't know how to date, and so I'm dumb and I just keep going through the motions because I planned.
So you just keep going out with her?
Right, and she's still hot for the night, not
Okay.
past this.
Well, what else would you do? Well, you bail right then and there?
When I was older, I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like
I mean, I guess if you really get the sign, like, okay, we're done here.
No, like in a polite way, I would figure out a way to close it early, maybe through lies.
That's smart.
just to get out of it.
Okay.
But
Maybe
I had a big
lies.
turning point dating that came way too late in my life, like where I
Gotcha.
figured out dating.
Sure.
But this was not that
This
point.
is not there. So,
Like for a guy my size, I did pretty well, I think.
right, I had my handful of wins.
Yeah, I mean, at one time literally hooked up with a handful. You literally grabbed women.
Grabbed a handful,
just a
be
handful
like,
of women.
do you mind if I just take this part of you for the evening? Would that be okay? Just this handful is all I need. Thank you. You're beautiful. Hey, handful, want to go to Chili's? Why? Let's skip it. You're right. Let's just go to my couch.
That's how you got the nickname the Bowler, right?
Yeah, the bowler.
Yeah, who wants to date the bowler?
Who wants to date the bowler? He just takes a handful and runs. Unaware she's about to have her parts scraped off, this woman approaches the bowler haphazardly.
So
With a swipe of his hand, he deftly removes a chunk of her womanhood. What will she do? Yeah, okay. Go.
So I stick with her, and she invites me up to her dorm room. And so I'm
Dun,
like,
dun, 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 dun.
maybe I can turn this around. Maybe I can be the funny
Turn it
guy she
around.
wants me to be.
Oh, boy.
Maybe I can try to like,
Well, as soon as the clothes
Turn
come
it
off, it's
on.
Laugh City.
yeah, knock knock.
Knock, knock. What's there? I don't know.
My half-hard junk.
My half-heart junk.
Oh, shit, I didn't plan that far ahead.
Oh, no.
Thwack.
You're a lot more serious than you thought you'd be. Through the tears.
No. We walk into her dorm room.
Uh-huh.
And on all of her side of the dorm room,
Is
her with a guy, a picture of her with
What?
a particular guy, her with this
like
one
several
guy,
photos
like several
of
photos,
her and her man.
and this guy, yeah. And I was like, I can't but notice it's the same guy in all the photos. You know, trying to say this in my most
Is
funniest
it your
way.
brother?
Yeah.
What?
I was trying to be Harrison Ford from early Indiana Jones, and I was definitely Crystal Skull, Harrison Ford, trying to charm my way.
You're trying to be Purple Kush Harrison Ford.
And she's like, he was someone I dated for a while, and then started to,
Broke down.
yeah.
Yep.
Turned on the radio,
Oh, boy. This was our song.
played a sad song, literally like a soap opera, like went away from me to the window
Oh, Lord.
to cry about her ex-boyfriend. Okay. Finally, that's enough for even dumbass college me to think I should leave.
Would you believe I've had a not too dissimilar experience?
My story's not over.
Now go for it.
The fire alarm goes off. My ID is what I need to check into her dorm room,
Right.
so I can't leave. I have to
Stand outside for a fire alarm.
exit the building with her and hang out
Without your
outside
ID.
her dorm room and hang out with this girl
And
who's
wait
just crying about her
for 2
ex-boyfriend.
hours.
And wait for 2 hours to go back in. I came home. My friends asked me how it was, and I told them it was an Italian air show. It was an Italian air
Of
show.
the strongest variety. Wow.
I wonder how she's doing. I don't.
Probably not well.
I don't actually. I don't wonder
don't
how she's
care.
doing. I do not care.
Look at this footage. We're not sure. It could be her, or it could be an alien. We let you be the call maker.
Speaking of
Is this an
wives,
actual autopsy?
Yeah.
Or an ex-girlfriend? What about wives?
when starting this podcast, you know,
Yes.
my wife tuned in
She got to see.
and she was like, "Oh, your new podcast, isn't it? How long is each episode going to be?"
Uh-huh.
I said about an hour, and she said, ringing endorsement. Do you expect people to listen the whole time? No.
No?
Yes.
Maybe? We're not forcing them to. If they want to, they can.
So my wife is not a subscriber, I guess.
Not yet. Just wait.
What was your bad date?
It was very similar. It ended with her crying on the edge of her bed about her boyfriend in Chicago who had a gun.
Who had a gun?
Right. She made a point to tell me her boyfriend had a gun and then started crying. And then I'm like, okay, first of all, I didn't know he had a boyfriend. I was a little relieved because he's in Chicago. But then she told me he had a gun. I was like, okay, great. Well, I should make this not happen. Woohoo. I tried to console her. Dumb idiot.
You tried to bowl her.
I did. I did my best to bowl. No bowling. No bowling allowed.
Steer right.
Strike. Gutter bowl.
Gutter bowl.
Yeah.
She'll call. She'll call.
Oh, yeah. Pins and needles. Pins and needles.
Have you ever been pulled over?
Twice.
You seem like a safe driver to me.
Very much so. Grandma was my nickname all through high school and college.
Grandma?
Yeah. As far as my
Legitimate
driving
nickname.
goes. As far as my driving goes.
Right.
Yeah. Not in any other circumstance.
But your bingo
I wasn't
skills.
a right knitter or a bingo guy. Wasn't for my quilting, although I make some mad quilts.
You walked with a regular pace about town.
Regular pay, no cane.
Your teeth were real.
Did not dye my hair blue. They just called me grandma when I was in the car. So twice have I been pulled over. I got some
Your
fun.
whole life?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. The first time was in Cincinnati.
What's unusual? Like, I think that's unusual. I probably get pulled over.
Once a year?
Over like once a year.
Yeah, no.
Or twice a year.
It's a super rarity for me. So once was in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. My friend John Barrett was in the car with me. And I was just being my normal Paul self with the police officers. I think I kind of rolled a stop sign a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little. And John was so funny. He was like, officer, he's just like this. Because I'm just being goofy little self, you know? Like, what's he on? It's like, no, it's just him.
Because you were not a drinker or a drug
Never a drinker or
experimenter.
drugger, no.
Never. Not even in college.
Never anything. I've had sips of alcohol. I've never gotten drunk, and I've never gotten anywhere near anything druggy.
Because I got to tell you, for Incredible Air Disasters, for repeated viewing of Incredible Air Disasters,
I'm sure it helps to get something substancy going on.
I was probably very close to Harrison Ford. It was a lot back then. It was probably like being in Harrison Ford's living room now.
The last time I was pulled over was just a few months ago, and it was my family. My in-laws were in town, and we had just been at the Fremont Experience, and I was driving without my headlights on because you know how well lit parking lots and things are.
That happens in Vegas all the fucking time.
Happens all the time. So I got pulled over because I hadn't turned my headlights on
Yeah.
because our streets are so well lit, and I just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he pulled me over. So the cop, right off the bat, digs my Stormtrooper license
Oh, yeah,
plate,
that's right. We should know that Paul's car is a Stormtrooper.
My car is a little mini Stormtrooper helmet, basically. It's my little white Yaris. It says Stormtrooper on the license plate. I have a Stormtrooper decal on the front.
Yeah.
I have Stormtroopers littered throughout the car, action figures, masks, hats. It's ridiculous. And so he's already chatting me up about the Stormtrooper thing. We're both Star Wars fans. That helps.
You guys are just judging the prequels, talking about it.
This is just before PlayStation 4 and Xbox One come out.
Okay.
So we debate the merits of the consoles for about 15 minutes.
No.
About 15 minutes.
With your in-laws in the car?
They're sitting in the car. The only reason the geeked out conversation stopped was because a chopper flew over, shone a light because he'd been stopped for a while.
Oh.
And he's like, well, I better get going. You guys have a great night. And so
He was getting bullied.
I unfortunately did not even have my registration.
Even the nerd cops get picked on by the other cops.
Right.
You can be a cop,
Right.
but if you're a nerd cop, you're fucked.
He was totally, he was totally into the trooper aspect.
Yeah, you guys
And
were
he's
talking
like,
trooper to trooper.
Talking trooper to trooper. So it was really fun. And so, yeah, another cop was like, hey, nerd cop, let's go. Stop talking about the Xbox One.
With the fucking video games.
But it was so great as I'm pulling away to just look at my wife. I was like, this nerd shit pays, honey. I didn't have my registration.
And you did not get a ticket at all.
Nothing. A warning and a good day, sir.
That is great.
I've had no tickets.
Never.
Nothing.
Wow.
I know. Now I'm saying it to...
Are you thinking you're jinxing yourself?
Nah, I'm not jinxing myself. I drive safe.
That I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to try to catch you having some. You're pretty firm in your atheist mojo earlier.
I know. And I'm knocking on the table
You're
like
knocking
makes
on
a
the
difference.
Table. Yeah, and there's no wood.
And it's
close
not
to
wood.
this
It's
table.
all. But I'll knock on a boob any day.
Yeah.
Knock on boob. No, but I'll just try and be as safe as I can.
Yeah.
I've had one fender bender and there was no ticket there either because it was on my way to a show and it was a very small thing, like truly like tap.
Yeah.
No damage.
Yeah.
We solved it. Didn't even get the cops there. I don't think.
So like, have you had job applications where they ask you about your arrest? You're not. Sometimes they ask you about your ticket history.
I haven't had that, but I would say nothing.
Yeah. Anytime that comes up on a job thing, I'm always like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I haven't had that, but no, nothing, man. I've been very fortunate on both ends of it, but I'm also I try and be very careful. But I'm constantly, I treat driving as the privilege that it is, really, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? I'm very like, I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah.
Right?
It is a privilege.
It is a privilege, and I'm on the razor's edge, you know?
Now, you lived in Vegas for how long?
I've been here 14 years, almost 15.
To be a safe driver here is like, I don't know, it's like being a virgin in a frat house. I don't know. I'm trying to think like this city.
Well, I'll tell you, I rarely take the highway.
Yeah, you're a back roads guy.
I'm a surface street kind of guy, which my wife is always like, that's even more dangerous. And she's right. More accidents do occur on the surface streets.
Well, don't the most accidents happen in the parking lot?
A lot. Yep.
Yeah.
Most accidents happen in the parking lot or within 5 miles of your home. That's why you got to be on super alert when you start getting into familiar territory.
And if you live in a parking lot, you're just fucked.
Oh man.
Do not move into a parking lot.
Those were the 2 toughest years of my life.
Oh my gosh.
Parking lot living.
Yeah, believe it or not. And the worst part of it was the tickets. The worst part was just the tickets. Living in the parking lot, other than that, was a real dream. I sometimes get out of tickets, but I definitely get some as well.
I mean, it doesn't happen often enough for me to really have my game down, but I just luck out.
Oh, I got a whole game.
Right. Oh, you got a game.
Yeah,
see?
you got a whole game.
I'm just luck out. If I get a cop that knows how to talk about Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Well, you have a game without knowing it. Like, you wave a very specific flag.
Yeah.
But if
Oh,
a
yeah,
cop engages, you are good to go.
But that's the other thing, too, is like my car is so just big, sore thumb.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm getting pulled over, that's the other thing. I'm so auspicious. No one suspects me of anything.
I never put bumper stickers on my car. I'm not into it. I don't like putting anything on my car.
See, my mom was always like, you're just gonna ask for trouble. You make your car look like, but that was a big thing in Louisville.
You're not gonna ask for trouble with your stormtrooper car.
No, but in Louisville, the big thing was putting. There was a record store, it just closed a couple years ago, very sad, called Ear Ecstasy. It was world renowned, actually.
Okay.
And this record store was like pre-Amoeba.
Yeah.
Right. Really great spot. Indie bands would come and play the store, and it got moved into a big location right before I left Louisville. Anyway, they gave free bumper stickers. Ear Ecstasy, right? In this really weird type font, small letters, lowercase letters, all of them.
Okay.
And the cool thing to do in Louisville, if you're
Did they trademark that? Because I kind of want that for our podcast.
Ear Ecstasy.
Yeah, that should be our tag.
I mean, it's done.
Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. Ear Ecstasy.
Yeah, spell it in a different way. It's fine.
No. Let's. What's another word for ecstasy?
Ear Molly.
The drug way. I was thinking of like the sexual way, but you went drugs.
Ear Molly.
Ear Molly.
Yeah, just
There's no difference between Molly and ecstasy, right? It's just the kids.
You're
call
asking
different.
Paul. What the? Well, how hard you want to roll? No, I don't know, dude. It's I have the fucking slightest idea.
You got all the terminology down.
Of course I do. I'm down with the terminology.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Cypress Hill since I was 12. I know about the culture, but I don't know anything about drugs firsthand.
Cypress Hill, down with the money.
We gotta make that free. Get it legalized. Come on, legalize it.
I like this
Don't keep
song.
it hid.
Play it again.
Legalize
I'm sweating
it.
a lot.
I'm so sweaty from smoking. Legalize it.
Ding dong, who's there? It's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, motherfucker.
No, let's try Ear Molly. Let's go for it.
Ear Molly. Okay, so we're going to provide you with Ear Molly.
Ear Molly.
TM.
All right, go for it. So the record store.
Anyway, so they cut you. The hip thing to do would be cut up these bumper stickers.
Yeah.
Rearrange the letters, or even manipulate them into new letters, and use them to create fun, funny, or interesting statements on your bumper.
Okay.
So that was the deal. It was who had the most creative Ear Ecstasy bumper sticker. So back in the day, I was a huge, still am, 9 Inch Nails fan.
Okay.
And so my first car, my little blue Corolla, I put Pretty Hate Machine across the front. That was her name. Her name was Baby, but her official title was the Pretty Hate Machine. So I made that. The Pretty Hate Machine was on my front bumper out of Ear Ecstasy stickers.
Okay.
So, right off the bat. And so my mom's already kind of like, you got Pretty Hate Machine on the front of the car. You're asking for trouble. I'm like, well, whatever. And nothing ever came of it, of course. It was fine.
She's like the mom in Carrie.
Yeah.
Like, no,
she's just like the mom in Carrie. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, that's it. So now Rich is pointing out that bumper stickers can be custom made for nothing. But this was before that kind of technology was readily available to the masses. And these Ear Ecstasy stickers, this was just something for college kids to do.
Yeah.
Was cut up Ear Ecstasy stickers and make them into fun things. And it was a great advertisement for the place, too.
Okay.
That became the hipster thing. And I followed right in lockstep.
Do you want to know my routine for when a cop pulls me over?
Dude. All right, should I play the cop?
Well, it's not. I gotta narrate some.
You got to do it. All right, hit it.
First thing you want to do:
run out screaming.
Yeah, yelling, "I have a gun! I have a gun!" Because if you run out screaming,
never got a ticket.
Because if you run out screaming and don't say I have a gun, they might assume someone else has a gun.
It's me! I'm the one with the gun! I'm the gun holder!
If you have any kind of tint in your windows, what you want to do is roll down your window just enough so that they can see the steering wheel, but not all the way.
Okay.
And the second thing you want to do is put both of your hands on the steering wheel.
Right.
This is like telling a cop, "Hey, I'm not an asshole. I'm a respectful person. I'm showing you where my hands are. They're on the steering wheel. You don't have to worry about anything else going on."
Sure.
And that's a big thing. So you roll your window all the way down. You could be trying to pull something out, and they don't see your hands. It's a big deal.
Right.
It's a cop is taught to be on a different type of alert, from what I understand.
No, yeah, absolutely. You'd be sending.
Next,
it's a most difficult
I am
job.
a big gruff man. So me trying to be super nice or listen here, anything that just sounds like I'm an officer. So I do a lot of yes sirs and no sirs, and I sir him to death.
Sure. Now you know what? That comes natural for me as a Southern guy.
You just do that.
Just sir and ma'am comes out.
In New Jersey, I would just be normally, if I wasn't taught this, I'd just be like, "Hey, you fucking asshole! I'm trying to get home."
Zing! Really?
No, that's not true. I'm just trying to play the Jersey thing. I'm a respectful person.
You just hate Jersey. At this point.
Now you can play the cop.
Okay. All right. Excuse me there, son. I need to see your license and registration, please.
Yes, sir. Both my license is in my pocket and my registration and insurance are in my glove compartment.
All right.
See what I do there?
Yeah, you tell them I'm about to move and do
narrate
stuff.
all of my movements before I do it.
Yep.
This is subtext. Please don't give me a ticket.
Right.
The subtext of this is I will give you a sweet sloppy blowjob.
Right. But you know what? For me,
Yeah.
my paranoia says that subtext for as soon as that hand's in the pocket, you're getting 2 in the dome. And when I write out my report, his hand was in his pocket, and I felt certain that a
I got
Walther
pulled over by a
P38 was
very
in there.
violent cop. What a fucking violent cop I just got pulled over by.
It could have been Maniac Cop. You never know.
Oh, man. Then I run out of the car yelling, "I have a gun, I have a gun."
So, but you've been fairly successful with your routine.
Yeah, but
What would you say your success rate is for
in New
not
Jersey,
receiving a...
here's the tricky thing. In New Jersey, my success rate was very high. Mm-hmm. But also, my dad was a public defender, so if I got pulled over in my...
He just knew the routine.
In my hometown, yeah, they just did that.
And then that's that you.
There's another weird thing that happened in Jersey for a while, that if you got pulled over, you could... seatbelt tickets were significantly cheaper than any other kind of ticket. It's not necessarily the case anymore. But
You could just pop off your belt and be
you
like,
popped off your belt and just left it on your shoulder.
I'll take that.
That was a big. It was Pascal's wager.
Yeah.
That I bet this cop will
It's
get
going to
me
give me
a
just
ticket.
the lighter sentence.
Yes.
Interesting.
I bet, just give me the
Instead of throwing the
$50
book
ticket
on
with
you.
no points, and I don't want a speeding ticket.
Wow.
And that was for years that happened.
And that was just kind of like rag out the back pocket into prison.
Yeah, it was a
You
total.
just throw- you
it was
just
the
click your-
insurance bet on the blackjack table.
Click your.
It was the
It's a
insurance
signal.
bet.
Total
Yeah.
signal. Click the
Yeah.
belt. Do you got to run it on the left shoulder? You got to run it on the right shoulder.
But
'Cause
if
there's
you-
probably a big difference, right?
If you jumped the gun and just held out the money for the seatbelt ticket, huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. That was a really bad idea.
Officer, are you considering just giving me the $50 ticket? Right.
That's not going to help you out at all.
My friend guy on the $50 bill here.
Yeah.
It's Grant. It's U.S. Grant, right?
Sarah, my wife, thinks this routine is dumb as shit.
Well, but she doesn't have to probably do anything.
Exactly! Exactly! My wife is a beautiful lady and never fucking has to worry about a cop.
Right.
They're always super nice to her. Always gets off with a warning.
Yeah, and at this point, now she's got a baby in the car half the time.
Yeah.
Forget it. She's not getting anything.
The odds of having a regular ho-hum heterosexual police officer, pretty high. The odds of a super gay cop into like chubby lumberjacks, pretty slim, right?
Well, you just got to start speeding in Beartown. That's all. You just got to know your area. As soon as you cross into the West Hollywood, fucking floor it. Just go.
You've been speeding in the wrong neighborhoods. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Pull it over. Pull it over. And pull it out. All right there.
I couldn't help but notice you were guilty. Guilty of what? Being a sexy, chubby lumberjack.
I'd like to throw the book at you. And by book, I mean dick.
Oh, man, you got to come up to Portland and speed with me sometime. Let's just get out of here. Let's book a plane. Go up to Portland and speed. Go up to Portland and speed. Ready, called it out. You're doing Officer Paul Lynde.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn on my brights and lights. Here we go. Okay, let's stop, please. Person in the car ahead, just go ahead and stop. There's nowhere to run. All right. Okay, you've pulled over. All right. Hey there. I need your license, please. No, not your fishing license.
You know, for the longest time, I had no idea who Paul Lynde was.
I'm so sorry.
No, but you knew the voice?
Oh,
like the voice?
Yeah, sure, right, yeah. No, as a kid, unless you...
No, but he is like the gay guy.
And he was the gay guy during the time when it was still completely ostracized and, they had the rough, but he pushed it, made it a thing. He really broke down some barriers. And
right, so like if you wanted to be gay, then you were Paul Lynde. Like you would start imitating him.
There was a little bit of that.
Like him.
Yeah, sure.
No, because the whole flaming stereotype, whatever that voice is clearly just Paul Lynde.
It's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Center square. What can I say?
But it's how far from that is Jack from Will and Grace, to make a timely reference.
Not terribly far.
There's a lot of time in between those things.
But it's you're right. There's definitely a connected through line there.
I just looked in the control booth and Reddy is gone.
Oh my God!
Which means I think I offended him when I told him I didn't know who Paul Lynde was for the longest time. He was not having it.
Nope.
How could you not? And he was out of here. Mm-hmm. We're getting close. We should go into Jock versus Nerd.
We're getting there. All right.
Oh man, what we need? I don't think we need a theme song because Reddy's been providing some theme song action. Yeah. Although, actually, we're gonna need a theme song.
We need some kind of drop.
We need some kind of drop or theme song.
I think the sword fighting would be really funny.
Nerd. So, if we have any listeners who want to do anything,
Jock versus Nerd.
If you have
we just do it as Paul Lynde.
If you have a right.
Hey everybody, it's time for the Jock to fight the Nerd. I wonder who'll win that one. Don't be afraid to use your nails.
In this episode of Jock versus Nerd, I'm trying to get the Fox guy.
The Fox guy.
The Fox guy is back
Tonight. The Jock versus the Nerd.
The Jock versus
Only
the
one
nerd.
will be able to stand after the bricks have fallen. But who will it be? Will it be Jock or will it be Nerd? Will it be my teeth? Yep, my teeth win. Remember his teeth? He had crazy fucking teeth.
Paul Lynde?
No.
The narrator?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The cop narrator guy.
The cop narrator. I didn't know what he looked like.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He had a shock of white hair. He looked like Clint Eastwood's younger, slightly healthier kid.
Wait, he looked like Clint Eastwood's kid or Clint Eastwood's brother?
He looked like his kid. I don't know. He just had that seriously like Dirty Harry was modeled after this dude kind of feeling.
Are you saying Clint Eastwood had an illegitimate child?
That's what I'm saying.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Jock versus Nerd.
Ear Molly. All right. You want me to go first? You want to go first? How you want to do this?
Who?
Here we go.
Did the Jets just sign as a free agent quarterback?
Benny. They signed Benny.
Benny and the Jets.
Because what else? What else are they going to do?
Finally.
Right.
Elton John will go to a football game.
Not only is he a first-round draft pick, he also gets electric boots and a mohair suit in this package deal. It's pretty amazing. That's what I read in the magazine anyway. So, and I'm taking them in face value.
No, it was not Benny.
Not Benny?
It was not Benny.
What?
No.
Get out of here. No. One of Michael Vick's dogs. They actually signed one of his dogs.
You're very close.
Michael Vick
Yep.
to the Jets?
Yes.
He was on the Eagles.
Correct.
Why was anyone want him?
That's what a lot of people in New York media want
What
to know.
are they doing? What is he's not his numbers haven't been that phenomenal.
No.
And he's a PR nightmare for any club that takes him on.
Right, so why not send him to the media capital of the universe? Why not?
He's going to New York. New York Jets.
Yes. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing New Yorkers don't like, it's the Hitler of dogs, right? Don't go to New York if you just like murdering dogs,
Right.
which is what he did for a
He
very long
loved
time.
it.
And the second thing you shouldn't do is be from Philadelphia.
Right.
New Yorkers do not like people from Philadelphia.
And understandably so.
New Yorkers and people from Philadelphia do not get along. Certainly sports fans.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of sports fans that throw batteries at each other and shit, right?
Yeah. Philadelphia Eagles fans are fucking horrible. They have a courthouse
They're just the worst.
in the stadium.
Yeah. Nightmare.
Yeah. They famously pelted Santa Claus with ice balls out of boredom. Yeah. No good.
Yay, sports.
But to bring Michael Vick into the New York market.
To let him still play football.
Well,
I mean, I guess you have to.
it's tough.
But why would then I guess shame on the owner to let him still be eligible. Let it still be a possibility. But why would you ever put him on a team?
when Michael Vick went to prison for being the Hitler of dogs.
Right. So I mean, you're going to have that whole argument of he served his time, he did his.
He lost, but more than served his time, he lost hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So right? No, I'm saying
And how many dogs were saved?
a ton, and more now even.
Right.
Like
dogs are still being saved to this day because of him being on the watch list.
No, it's because he part of his parole. He has to go around and tell kids don't
do that to dogs.
And people do actually listen to Michael Vick.
Well, that's good.
Culturally,
right.
People
he
think
breaks
dog
it
fighting
down
was okay, and
then he
gets in the
stays
culture and
stopping
says,
that
"Look,
shit.
let's not do that." So
Great.
No, I will say what he did was
What about the
absolutely horrible.
chickens? Who's looking out for the chickens?
Yeah,
cockfighting is
who
still
was the Michael?
huge.
Yeah,
Nobody cares about a chicken.
I mean, Colin Kaepernick and Russell
Sarah
Wilson,
McLachlan is not singing about chickens.
There's a lot of NFL quarterbacks totally still in. Hold on, pull over, little chicken.
Pull over. Poi over. What? Hold on there, chicken. Where are you running to?
Can't help it. I have to see a chicken. I have to choke it.
Don't call it police brutality. Call it sexual gratification. Oh, boy. You are a pollo loco, aren't you?
Michael Vick, who's your cellmate? Paul Lynde. Huge chicken abuser.
In here for dogs, huh? Yeah, I get it.
I don't think he has the right to be liked again. But the guy, I understand him trying to play football again.
I mean, he's got to do something with his life, I guess. And I guess they're doing him. Yeah.
So the Eagles gave him a shot. He kind of has a resurgence.
Any kind of great numbers, right?
Well, yeah, he started basically holding on the football too long in the pocket and taking a lot of hits. He basically was trying to play with broken ribs all the time.
He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget.
No, that's fine. That was good. For you, I think it was fucking great. I can't believe it.
It's him and Warren Moon, right?
What about dogfighting?
African-American quarterbacks.
There's a lot more African-American
Now there are.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was just Warren Moon.
Yeah, but Michael Vick's way after Warren Moon's time.
Dude, I don't follow sports. Warren Moon, as a kid.
But just know in the modern era, blacks have played every position now.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got, who's the guy for the Niners, and there's a couple other guys.
Kaepernick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
That
sports.
was nice.
I watched enough. No, I don't.
You don't.
I'll tell you, football's the only one I can take it.
Okay.
At all.
Right.
I still don't. I don't watch it passionately or follow it fervently or realize there are multiple black quarterbacks.
We have
All right.
we have a few people on the message board that are not happy with my Philly remarks.
Oh,
But you know what?
What have they said?
I'm from Jersey, so fuck them.
Oh boy, you've cost us both our listeners.
No, just one of
Philly
them.
people,
Half.
come back.
Just half.
What did they say? I'm just pleased with your Philly
They're
remark.
going to throw batteries at my head.
Oh, nice, nice, living up to the stereotype. Hey-o. You know, I thought that they got a contract with the Energizer people, right? Is that-
Yeah. Now all their battery fights are sponsored.
yeah, it's like one of those
Tonight's
commercials.
Bloody batteries brought to you by Energizer. We keep being assholes and assholes and assholes. No, the bottom line is that, like, I understand giving him a chance to have a new start in Philly. And they brought in mentorship and they let him do his thing. Now he's 35, which is just really old for a
That's
football
getting
player.
close to retirement.
He had a terrible year. I don't get taking a reach for him. You know, the
Did
Philly
they get
thing
an
made a
extremely
lot of
good
sense.
deal?
They got a good deal. He came cheaper.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the Jets have a good young quarterback.
Well, but then they've got Vic to put in until he gets broken,
Right.
and then they put in the other guy.
All right.
I guess. I don't know.
You're talking good talk.
It's a mean game, dude.
It's a mean fucking
It's
game.
a mean game. Unforgiving.
All right, what do you got for me?
unforgiving.
What do you got for me?
All right. It was just announced this week that a beloved 80s cartoon franchise is getting the filmic treatment. There are people putting the screws together as we speak. This is not, of course, original or new in that respect. There are a couple of other properties that are in development as we speak, but this
80s,
one just
specifically 80s
this
cartoon.
one just got announced this week as officially in pre-production. They have a director attached. Scripts are being propositioned. A beloved 80s cartoon.
Gem.
Bingo.
What?
First guess.
Oh, I was trying to go for something obscure that would make you laugh.
This is it.
Gem?
Gem is becoming a movie.
Gem truly outrageous?
Truly outrageous.
You know, I busted your ass for Veronica Mars, and we just both said the Gem theme song.
Because we watched cartoons as kids.
Yeah.
And they played that incessantly.
Oh man,
Couldn't miss that.
Are they having open auditions? I want to cross dress to be a misfit.
Dude, there is an Ugly Couch Show episode.
Yeah.
Many in the archives.
Yeah.
Cross-reference Gem in our old stuff. Doug X did
Yeah.
this fantastic report from
Yeah.
the field at the Gemcon.
There's a Gemcon?
Yes.
Just for fans of Gem.
This was in like 2007.
Have you rewatched an episode?
I've rewatched a bunch.
It was a horrible cartoon.
But as horrible as it is, it's funny. Because it's
Oh,
so
I bet
bad.
it'd be really
But
funny
it's,
now.
It's wild.
So is Gemcon ironic?
Not for these attendees.
No, this is like bronies.
You got to see it, dude. Well, I mean, it's, some of them get it. Some of them grew up with it and they get the irony of it too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not one to talk. I went to the inaugural PowerCon.
Which is the inaugural PowerCon?
The first ever North American He-Man and Thundercats convention.
Give me your lunch money.
No.
Give me your
No,
fucking
I'm
lunch
keeping
money.
it. It's mine.
Jesus.
It was great. It was a great time.
It
because people.
sounds so homoerotic. Just sounds.
Why do people think He-Man is such a homoerotic thing?
Because you threw Thundercats in there, so now you got guys dressed as half animals. You got your furries.
It does appeal to all the freak bases. That's for sure. I'll tell you this.
Why do people think He-Man is homoerotic? Is that what you just asked me?
Yes, I get upset
He
about this.
dresses in
What?
like a barely a
bare
vest,
loincloth.
a
Yes.
loincloth and a kilt that's kind of not there.
Right. And kilt. He just got a fur bikini.
And he rides Battle Cat.
Yeah, he does.
Rawr.
Rawr.
That's homoerotic.
Oh.
Conquering
I
an animal like that.
love He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. Well, your Facebook icon Skeletor. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I am obsessed. I am still a member of the monthly figure club, the Club
Okay.
Eternia. I've been collecting the new wave for almost 6 years now. It's crazy.
What is there besides homoeroticism at this PowerCon?
There were interviews with people who had done the voices
Okay.
of the cartoon characters. There were
Now,
panels.
back then, famous people didn't do voices, or were there famous people doing voices?
Right, they weren't. It wasn't all about
Yeah.
A-list celebrity. And what's great is like a lot of these guys, like Cam Clark and some of the other guys, that just don't. They do everything. And once you start to get into their bios, you realize they've been a part of your entire childhood and adult life.
What do those guys do the other 364 days of the year?
They're busy doing commercials and stuff.
Okay.
They're recording.
Yeah.
A lot.
They're not just waiting for the next PowerCon.
They're getting lots of work, yeah. I mean, some of them are getting older, but then they also, what I was really interested in, they had the guys who made the toys.
Yeah.
So they had some of the sculptors from the original 80s line. They had some of the creative consultants and whatever. And
how much is, like, a collector's item? How much is a Battle Cat strap-on go for? If I want to...
What are you talking about?
If I want to dress up like a giant green cat...
A Battle Cat strap-on?
Yeah, and fuck it with a fake cat cock.
You want a cat cock?
Yeah. How much is...
And a Battle Cat
how much is a
to
Battle
get it
Cat
custom
strap-
made?
Yeah.
I don't know, to get it quality, something that's not going to break off in your woman, 2,000?
Of course I want a quality cat cock.
2,000.
2,000.
I would say.
All right.
That's ballpark.
And how much is it to go to PowerCon?
It was about $100.
All right, so
Not even that. Not even that to attend for 2 days. I think it was like $60.
$60. All right, so I just need to Kickstarter $2,060.
Yeah. The next one this year is going to be held in New York for the first time. The last two were.
I'm not really gonna go.
I'm just saying, if you want to check it out. Jerk.
Who's cast as Gem?
No one yet. No casting has been announced.
Let's do it.
Still
What do you
early.
got? Let's do it. Let's start it. Let's start
Okay.
the way.
Yeah. I like this. I like this.
Cast Gem. Who do you think would make the best Gem?
Well, having just seen Veronica Mars,
Yeah.
Kristen Bell would be fantastic, but she's out of the price range, I think.
Okay, we're just let's talk pie in the sky. You want Kristen Bell?
We're spitballing.
We're spitballing. You want
Kristen Bell would be great. I think.
I'm.
Oh, you know who'd be great? What's her name from Spider-Man now and all that other great Emma Watson. Emma Watson, not Emma Watson. What's her name?
Yeah, Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma
Thank you.
Stone.
Emma Stone.
No, she's a misfit.
Oh, she would be an awesome
She's a misfit. I would cast her as a misfit.
Oh, she'd be so good as a fun. We haven't seen her play bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Emma Stone is a misfit.
Man, dude.
I want like '90s Juliette Lewis to play a misfit as well.
Yep. Oh, buddy.
But I can't.
She could be that one that vacillates between being friends with Gem and going back to the Misfits all the time. Yeah.
There's 3 misfits in Gem. That's the only characters I remember.
Okay, yeah. Then
Who else
Gem
was
has the holograms, the girls that play with her.
Oh, the
as
girls
well.
that play with her.
And Synergy, her computer that controls everything and creates the holograms that change her from Jerrica Benton into the fabulous Gem.
Jesus.
I know quite a bit. But the problem is, it's just not. The lady who kind of invented it and wrote most of the episodes, Chrissy Marks, who also had a hand in.
That wasn't written by Monkeys and Typewriters?
Nope. Lady named Chrissy Marks. She wrote a ton of these episodes, and she is not being consulted, sadly. And
that is sad.
It is sad, and she made a nice, a smart comment on her blog that right now in the pre-production process there are no women involved, which is kind of distressing.
That is a little distressing.
Gem, for all its faults, again, a
Totally
fairly powerful
female
protagonist,
It's
now,
female protagonist and antagonist.
She did have Rico come and save her a lot, which kind of sucked, right?
Oh, nice.
With the earring. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zing. Yeah.
Oh,
it's all coming back to you now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to cast him now.
Yeah, you got a bowl of tricks.
Shia LaBeouf would make a good Rico.
Oh, dude, he'd be a gross Rico, but
Yeah, I don't want my Ricos any other way. Woo! Pull over! Who's this, Rico?
It's Rico! Didn't you recognize me? Hey, Gem, I really like what you've done with your hair.
Oh, man.
When's the fire sale?
I was on my way to my casting call for Gem, and I got pulled over by this super gay cop. And as soon as I reached for my license, he put 2 shots in my head.
Shots in my dome, but it's not what you think.
Yeah, I wish they were gunshots.
I wish
they were gunshots. All right, that is all the time we got for today. I'm going to leave you with getting 2 shots to the dome.
2 shots to the dome.
But I do really want a nice
Gem,
battle cat strap on.
Truly outrageous. Truly outrageous. Truly outrageous.
Oh, nice, the little rap band. Because it's modern. It's modernized now.
Sin Dog, and that'd be it. We get Cypress to cover it. That'd be great.
All right.
The music's contagious. It's truly outrageous. Truly outrageous.
That was Harrison Ford in background.
That was Harrison Ford in the back.
Thank you all for tuning in to this.
Thank you, everybody.
This, Ice Cream Social. That was Mr. Paul Mattingly. Follow him on Twitter at TheFamousPaul.
That was Mr. Matt Donnelly. He is at Sweet Matty D.
That's right. And this was the Ice Cream Social. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Tweet you later, suckers.
Here is something you can't understand. How Harrison's a simpleton.
The cherry on top, baby. I love it.